have drawn of a carpenter square quilt block or quilt design, also known as a Bethlehem star. With the carpenter square, as you can see, you have some solid blocks and lots of half square triangle blocks. Okay, with the half square triangle blocks, you must pay attention because some of the squares you're going to cut going this way, some of the squares you're going to cut going this way. The size, so what I'm going to do will be oh, that's the top. Okay, this is the top. Okay, so what you can see, what I'm making or going to make would be a mug group. It's going to be a 10-inch square mug group. I've already did the math. So as you can see, there are 8 squares going across and 8 squares going down. When I take the number 8, so it's going to be a 10-inch mug group. So I take the number 10 divided by 8, and I came out with 1.25. So that's the finished size of each square will be 1.25 inches. So for the squares that's not in the design, that are not actually a half square triangle, like that's a whole square, that's a whole square. These whole squares that are not half square triangles, you're going to cut those, or I would have to cut those at a size of 1.75 inches or 1.75 inches to give the allowance for the half-inch allowance for the seams. Now, the ones where you see that are not, they're going to be the solid color, but they are not whole squares. So the half square solid colors, like this one, this one, this one, this one, all these colors that are not shaded in will be the solid colors in the design. The half square triangle blocks, you're going to have to cut those you're going to cut the whole squares 1.75 inches. The blocks for the half square triangles, you're going to have to add another half-inch seam allowance, so it's going to be 2.25 inches. So for the people that just came in, what I'm showing is the Carpenter square design or Bethlehem star quilt design for my upcoming mug rug. It's 8 squares down, 8 squares across. So when I took the 10 divided by 8, that means I'm going to have, each block will be a finished size of 1.25 inch. Nope, 1.25 inches. So then I have to add a half-inch seam allowance for the blocks that are not half square triangles. And then, so it will be for these squares, the whole squares, I will cut a square that's 1.75 inches because the finished block size is 1.25 inches or 1.75 inch block will be the size for the solid block. So it's 1.75 or 1 3/4 inches. And then once you take the 1/2 inch off for the seam allowance, you will end up with a block that's 1.25 inches. Okay? For the blocks that are half square triangles, you have to add another 1/2 inch onto this 1.75 number because that's another seam. So for the blocks that are half square triangles, I will cut a square that's 2 1/4 inches or 2.25 inches because you add 0.5 to the 1.75 number. With the Carpenter square, you have some triangles you're going to cut this way, some triangles you're going to cut this way. Okay, this is very important, especially if you're dealing with prints, because if you cut a triangle going this way, a print, now solid color is not going to matter, but for a print, if you cut it this way and then you turn around and position it right here, the prints are not going to look right. So that's something that you would need to look out for. Now, I've also drawn a bigger version of the Carpenter square, which is this right here. But what I will have to do is go back and for the, now I shaded the solid color blocks in because my background, this is the fabric for my Carpenter square block. Okay, this is gonna be the background color. And in quilts, and if you don't mind, please make sure you like, share, subscribe, comment in the chat if you have any questions. Now, this Carpenter square drawing doesn't look as good as this Carpenter square drawing. Okay, but this solid color, these blocks right here are the solid color blocks, or in quilting, you call that those the background blocks. So for the background blocks, I'm using this fabric right here. So it's gonna be black. All right. Then for this color right here, this block right here with this coating right here, is going to be this color, this fabric right here. Okay, and then for this block right here, it's going to be this print right here. So for my Carpenter square mug rug, these are the prints. This print, and this print. So these are the fabrics that I'll be using in my Carpenter square mug rug. Okay, so again, the black will be here and the red and white will be these two blocks here. And so it's gonna look, I know it's gonna look really nice because the black fabric is gonna pop out. So there's gonna be something people are not used to seeing, black for the background. Most of the time people use white white in the background. So I do have some a half scrap print that I would like to show you all how the half square print being in the wrong position will affect. Oh, happy birthday, Phil McCracken. I hope you had a wonderful birthday. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. I'm thankful for all my subscribers. I really am. Because I went from a few to over 1,000. So let's look and see. Again, this is a printed block. So let's look at a block where it's going this way in the design. Okay, so let's look and see where it's one. I'm looking. Okay, let's see. See this right here is, hold on. This, so we need to see where it's this way, but let's turn it upside down. Okay. So this is one. This is two different cuts. We need to find a half square triangle that's going this way. Okay. So it's cut going this way. This is a print going this way. Okay. And then where is one going the opposite direction? Let's find. Okay, so this is a half square that was cut. Okay, this going this way. So we need to find one that's going this way and put that there. So you can, I'm trying to show you all how a printed design put in the wrong position will affect the outcome of the quilt in a not so good way. Okay, so let's find one. So we see I cut this square this way. So I need to find one where it's cut that way. Give me a sec. Okay, here's one right here. So let me put this half square triangle. So technically, if I had cut, if it was done right, it's cut this way. America is going side to side. But we cut it, this half square triangle was cut in this direction. So if you take this and put it like right here, America is going side to side. And that's because instead of cutting the triangle going in the right direction, the triangle is cut going in this direction. All you did was turn it around. But technically, if you cut your print, this print right here, if you cut this square properly for wherever this cut goes in the triangle, in the half square triangle, you should always be able to read America from side to side. It shouldn't show like this. Because if it's in the quilt like that, that means you didn't either cut that square right, or you put the square in the wrong place. Because either way a print is, if it's cut in the proper direction for the design, the print should go, the word should go as it's supposed to go. It shouldn't be improperly positioned, because America would be upside down. So anytime if you cut your squares wrong or position them wrong, if America or the print is upside down, the design or the printed part is upside down, that means that print it's not in the proper position. That square was not cut right. Or you either cut all the squares in the same position. Like you could, I couldn't for this Carpenter star, I couldn't just cut all the squares this way because some had all the squares this way because some of the squares are going, the line goes in this direction and some of the lines go in this direction. And this line determines which way you cut the square. So this diagonal line goes this way. So that means for this solid, you had a square, you would take the square, and for this square right here, you would cut the line, the square going this direction. Now look at this square. This diagonal line goes in this direction. So that means for this block right here, you would cut this square going in this way for this half square triangle. And if you don't do that right, then instead of always seeing America like this, it will be upside down like that. And it shouldn't be that way. So that's just something of what I was showing you all tonight. Please to make sure you like the video, subscribe to my channel, always ask questions in the chat. I'm more than happy to answer any questions that you all have. Watch some of my other videos. That will really help me get my watch hours up. And again, the fabrics that I'll be using for my Carpenter Square mug rug will be this black fabric, this red fabric, and this white fabric right here. Okay, so like traditionally us Americans, we're so used to using red, white, and blue, but I dare you to try red, white, and black. It'll take your project to a whole nother level. It'll take your project to a whole nother level. And if you want proof, I have a video up of a red, white, and black pinwheel quilt. You can go and see on my, I think I have a long form video and a short on my red, white, and black pinwheel quilt. You should really check that out. So I would like to thank everyone that stopped by to see my video tonight. Please make sure you like, share, subscribe to my channel. I have lots of upcoming projects coming up. I have lots of things I'm working on, so I will be putting out lots and lots of comments, lots and lots of content. Thank the person. I'm so thankful for the person that commented in the chat. I really appreciate that. Let me know you're out there. And again, happy birthday to Phil McCracken. I hope you had an awesome day, and I hope you enjoyed yourself. Thanks again for stopping by. If you're late, please make sure you catch me on the replay, and I will see you all in my next live. Thanks everyone for stopping by. Check you later.